She's your entrepreneur's cheerleader. Success sounds different when you walk in purpose. Confidence shining and the vision getting clearer. If you're ready for the next level, come ride with us. Simply Success with Philomena. Success, success, success. Simply Success.
Hey, everybody. It is Philomena Moncoeur with the Simply Success Group. Listen, we are here at the Leadership Experience Tour here in Detroit, Michigan. I have been bringing y'all some amazing speakers, coaches. We've got none other than John here with us. And let me tell you, we were just having a conversation. I said, hold on, let me turn the cameras on. Just because the information, the knowledge, and you actually lived what you're teaching. That is so important. So tell the folks, who are you and what do you do?
An absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. My name is John Ebron. I am a 20-year service veteran, combat service veteran, turned master mindset life coach and certified leadership and behavioral consultant. So we get the opportunity to help individuals really take inventory of themselves and bring all that to bear to the goals that they set and the lives they're trying to lead. So, my personal and professional opinion is we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to perform.
That's true.
To do
Yeah.
Before we become.
Absolutely.
And I think because the becoming is intangible and the doing is more hands work, we choose to ignore the intangible part. But I think there's so much power in honoring who you are, right? So our job here is to help people to be successful in honor of themselves, not at expense of themselves.
And here's the thing. We have a copycat kind of world happening. We have imposter syndrome.
Absolutely.
We have all the things, and we have all the stigmas and also the pressures we put on ourselves. So I'm glad that you broke it down to layman terms, being your authentic self.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Bringing that out. So tell us, who are you working with? Like, who are the people who say, hey, John, listen, I need your help. Who are those people?
I find myself recently been doing a lot of corporate training work. So I work with a lot of managers, right? Because when people think about managers, they think of them managing the workload.
Right.
But managers manage people.
They
right?
do.
And it is a tall order to tell someone, yes, balance efficiency with tasks and productivity with the effectiveness of taking care of people, right? Again, borrowing from my military background, when I first got into leadership, which was almost instantly, right?
Right.
We used to have this common phrase that said, mission first, people always.
Oh.
And I asked my senior leaders, what does that mean? And they said, I don't know, but go out there and make it happen.
It sounds good.
Right.
It sounds good.
And so it's the endeavor that we have, right? But we don't have pathways of doing it. And coaching is the pathway. So one of the pathways I found. Coaching is 21st century leadership. And my definition of leadership, leadership is the graduation of self-care.
Oh, okay. Break that down for me.
Yes.
Break that down.
So a lot of times we lead, we take care of people at the expense of ourselves.
Okay.
So we say, do this, although these are the things we're not doing for ourselves. Right. So I say leadership, your ability to influence people for positive change is the graduation of self-care. The way that you take care of yourself becomes your leadership model. Right. So if you want your employee to have good work-life integration, work-life balance, you have a good work-life balance. Take your vacation.
Yes. Okay. So one of my mindset coaches, hey, Glacia Gottschalk out of Illinois, she is always talking about mindset, taking your rest, making sure that you're good. Plan your vacations, plan your time away, but also be authentic to you. If it's you taking a walk in nature, just so you can rebalance, do that. So shout out to Glacia. Hey, Glacia. But here's one of the pet peeves I've always had.
Okay.
It's the doctor who is overweight,
Come on.
doesn't look good and tells me how to live better, right? So when you're telling leaders or you're working with leaders,
Mhm.
are you telling them to look at themselves first before they can actually lead, or what is it that you're telling them?
Yeah, it's your true power. So
Okay.
we've devised a to answer this question. So
Mhm.
I'm not going to go on a rabbit hole. I promise. We devised a 3-phase coaching framework that we
Okay.
use, and I call it the See It, Say It, Soar method.
Oh, okay.
See it,
See it.
personal vision,
Okay.
mindset.
Okay.
Say it,
Mhm.
mission,
Okay.
declaration. What are you going to do based off what you see?
Ah,
Right? So before we get into the execution of doing
right.
things, we call it SB&B, right? It sounds like a
Okay.
bank, but it stands for step back and breathe.
Okay.
Take a breath. Who are you? Who is
Okay.
this highly productive person? This
Okay.
person with all these responsibilities on your shoulders. So before you get involved in leading
Mhm.
someone, take the time. You deserve it. You deserve to be healthy, happy, and whole. So take the time
Love
to
that.
develop your own personal vision
Mhm.
and then let that become your personal leadership philosophy. So yes, absolutely. Um, it's hard, right?
Right.
Because the
Yeah.
pressure is on to perform. We got to
Mhm.
make quota. We got to meet the bottom
Mhm.
line. But
Mhm.
how do we reconfigure our lives
Mhm.
so that we're doing that in flow of taking care of ourselves? Right?
SBB.
SB&B. Step back and breathe.
Love that.
Yeah,
And a lot of it does start off with the breath work, right?
absolutely.
It starts off with you breathing, you taking that moment
Yes,
to
Lord.
understand where you are.
Mhm,
But talk to us about the leaders. What are you seeing today
mhm.
that you're like, this is something we really, really need to work on?
Yes. So my area of emphasis is resilience.
Okay.
So I'm typically working with leaders that are either working through an adversity or
Okay.
bouncing back from something, right?
Okay. Okay.
And that hard place in their life is where they kind of have the come to God moment,
Right. Right.
right? And they begin to reassess things.
Hmm.
So what I say is let's have that self-evaluative element to your life structure
Hmm.
without having the tragedy leading you there first,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So we really focus on personal vision. We work on 3 major deliverables.
Okay.
That's your
Okay.
personal philosophy
Okay.
or your personal
Personal,
creed. This
personal
is all about
creed.
you,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Then we move a little bit from you proper
Hmm.
to your personal value system.
So personal creed,
Personal creed, personal
personal
value
value
system.
system.
This is
Okay.
what forms your beliefs.
Okay.
What's important to you, what you value, what you don't value. With that information, then we craft a personal vision statement that is situational
Okay.
out there. So
Okay.
let's say, for example, I am someone, if I work through, childhood issues and
Hmm.
I work through influencing in factors, I work through environments that's begin to shape me,
Life is happening.
right?
Right. Hmm.
I begin to have a personal creed, a list of I am statements
Okay.
that lets me know who I am and consequently who I'm not, right?
Oh, okay.
And so that is at the core of who you are. Dr.
Mhm.
Maya Angelou said, there's a place in your heart that you need to keep clean and pristine
Mm,
because that is where you go to meet God. This is
okay.
the most inner
Okay.
parts of you
That is you at the
at
core.
the
At
core.
the core.
At the core.
Mhm.
And then from there, we've been built a value systems. This is where we use this value system to evaluate opportunities.
Okay.
So if your value system includes, for example, living in integrity,
Okay. Hmm.
every opportunity that you take, you're going to evaluate it by that.
By
This
integrity.
could make me money, but it causes me to break integrity. I'm not going to do it. It's
Hmm.
in opposition to
Hmm.
my value system,
I
right?
get that. Hmm.
And now, based off of this, I can say
Hmm.
what I see, right?
Hmm.
So let's say through all of my childhood experiences, I said so. I'll use myself as an example. I had a
Hmm.
teacher that got me really interested in medicine
Okay.
at a young age, teenage kid in high school,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So the way that she interacted with me, it gave me a personal vision. I saw myself as someone
You
who could do
saw
this.
something because you heard something,
Yes,
and now you can identify with it.
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Okay. Hmm.
yes. The light, the
Right.
inputs
Right.
became insight,
Ooh,
right?
love that.
And so I
Mhm.
began to say,
Mhm.
one day I'm going to live in a world where this particular disease that I study would
Mhm.
no longer plague the world. One day we're going
How
to,
old do you think you were at that time?
I had to be somewhere around 15, 16 years
The
old.
aha moments were
Hmm.
happening
Yeah.
during that
When you
time frame.
really starting to move out of dependence
Mhm.
into
Mhm.
independence
Right.
and formulating your own pathway. Absolutely. So when you begin to work on your personal creed, who you are,
Mhm.
and your value system, it puts you in a position to finish the sentence
Mhm.
someday.
Okay.
Someday I will live in a world
Okay.
dot.
So if we're talking entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, women who are looking to pivot in their lives, men
Yeah.
as well, um, former military, retirees, like what is the thing that you're talking to people about? What is that,
Mm,
you know, we talk about passion to profit here on this channel quite a
mm.
bit, but what's the thing that you're talking about the most right now?
Well, right now the big conversation is mental health.
Got you.
Yeah, mental
Okay.
health.
Okay.
And I think that conversation is has become so large
Mhm.
because we've neglected it for so long.
It was so taboo. It
Absolutely.
was never talked about, whether it's military, men,
So true.
sports,
Yeah,
in the minority families. It
absolutely.
never was a conversation. You were
Mhm.
looked at as being weak,
Mhm.
but the conversation is being had and it's so deserving
Yeah,
of, you know, folks
absolutely.
talking about it. But coming from your perspective and
Mhm.
your group and how you're helping people,
Mhm.
and you're talking mental health, you're helping people as they pivot and they're finding their true selves and,
Mhm.
having those aha
Yeah.
moments. What is the gratification for you? What
Oh,
makes the thing like this is worth it?
the light bulb coming on. So we've
Okay.
talked a lot about phase one, right? Which
Sure.
is the vision piece.
Okay.
Where it becomes more concrete, more tangible as we
Okay.
move into phase two, to
Okay.
say it. So I say, the declaration stage, right?
Mhm.
I say when you regain your voice,
Mm.
that's when you enter into that co-creative space with the creator and you begin to say, based off what I see,
Mhm.
I'm going to do this,
Mhm.
right?
No longer a wish,
Right.
but you're going to.
Now you're still not in the execution phase,
Sure.
right? But now you've put your line in the sand,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
So in the say it phase, the second phase, we work on a 10-year strategic vision,
Ooh.
a 5-year plan,
Okay.
and 1 to 2 year goals.
So the long game, the middle game, the short
The
game.
short game,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'm a sports nut. So I've got to equate it to,
Love that.
we're getting a first down or we're going for the end zone,
Yeah,
right? Got
exactly.
it. Okay.
Exactly. Right. So in that second phase, we we map out, right? So a
Mhm.
vision's not executable,
Right.
right? So you don't look at it's 2025 now. We're not saying what are you going to do 2035? Where are you going
Mhm.
to what do you see for 2035,
Right.
right? What are your
Right.
objectives? But then we begin to plan 5 years from there.
Mm.
And I'm working. So this whole framework, I'm working on a book project to kind of encapsulate all this. I was working with my coach, and she said, 10 years is a stretch, John. I was like, yes, that's exactly why we need to talk about it.
We need to
Yeah,
stretch.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, we got to get out of these 7-day, 30-day cycles
Mhm.
of planning. That's powerful.
Short-sighted.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's powerful. But the reason why influence
Mhm.
is so imbalanced in this world today
Mhm.
is because there are people who are thinking 5 minutes down the road and people are thinking 5 generations down the road,
Mm.
right?
Right.
And so it is not the same mindset. It's not the same way to think when you
Mhm.
think 30 days versus thinking 3 years. And so
Absolutely.
that's skill acquisition,
Mhm.
developing the skill to plan not for a pay period, but
Mhm.
for an entire college
Right. Right.
career or an entire
But
life.
here's the thing though,
Hmm.
I want to question this way. Sometimes we do need just that short vision just to get us over the hump. So
Absolutely.
now we can see clearer
Hmm.
and we can start planning long term.
Absolutely.
What are you saying to the person who is stuck now, who needs to pivot, who needs to do something different where
Mhm.
they're at. What are you
Mhm.
saying to them?
You know, I promised myself I would not become one of these old army people that talks old army stories, and that's all I do now.
That's all right. We become our parents as well. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
So there's an old army saying, hit the 50-meter target first,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So the 50-meter target is the closest one.
Right,
You know, you can pretty much get him with your eyes closed,
right,
right?
right.
And so it's lofty as a coach to say, we're going to focus on your next 10 years.
Mm,
And I'm trying to figure out how to get this light bill paid, right?
right, right.
So we go to the third phase, which is SOAR.
Okay,
SOAR is the day-to-day operations,
okay.
right?
Mhm.
Now, on paper, it would be nice to be able to map out 10 years, break it down to 5, break it down to 2 to 1, and then get to your 90, 60, 30
Sounds
days
good.
goals. In reality, if you don't handle 30 days, you won't make it to the 10-year plan.
Sure.
So we will backwards plan from how do we create space today
Mhm,
so that the emerging issues today are met and there's a little bit of space available to begin to
mhm.
plan.
Mm,
The seed of having your life set up to where you're working on things that are important
mhm.
but not urgent.
Important, but not urgent.
Important but not urgent. Most people are working on things that are important
Right,
and urgent,
right.
or things that are urgent but not important.
Or have no idea, or have
Yeah,
no idea.
yeah. So you
We
walk around with your hair on fire all day
right,
long.
right.
And so planning, who's got time for
Yeah,
planning, right?
yeah.
So you don't make the switch instantly. You
Mhm,
gradually begin to build a life strategy where there's more time for preventative things in your
mhm,
life
mhm.
and less focus on everything being a crisis that you're intervening on every day.
John, I love the fact that you're talking about important and urgent.
Mhm.
I normally work off of a quadrant.
Yeah.
You know
Coaches and
where
consultants, baby, we
you
got to
know
have a
where I'm
quad
going,
chart.
right? So you've got the quadrant, but a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners don't really know what that is because they're just trying to keep the lights going. They're just
Absolutely.
trying to um, pay the mortgage or
Absolutely.
whatever it may be. Now we're in a place where there's even more mental health crisis. There are folks who are feeling anxious. We're not too sure of our current government and the
Hmm.
worldly view that
Hmm.
we have. And what are you saying to folks whom they absolutely need your service and they're not quite there yet because they're trying to
Right.
manage
Hmm.
or pay bills or do things. I know I have an answer for it, but I want to hear, what do you say to people who are like, "Man, I do need his help, but."
Hmm. Hmm.
What do you say to them?
Okay, so great question. So again, what we really focus in on is um when we get to that third phase, right?
Mhm.
When we make the assessment, we determine how much investment can we make in the phases, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
yes, in a perfect world, we'll move from
One.
seeing to
Mhm.
saying to soaring, right?
Okay. Mhm.
But in our natural intake, we may realize that hey, we don't have the bandwidth for all the seeing and all the saying right now, right? So
Mhm.
we're going to work on the foundational
Mhm.
issues that are taking up all of the energy in the life of the client in the moment, right? So in the foundation, we call this life navigation or life nav,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
These so from a business perspective, these are more of the complementary
Mhm.
services that we provide that has immediate effect on your life right then and
Mhm.
there. It's not the big disruptive or
Mhm.
transformative things that we can do,
It's
right? But
something.
it's something that creates space
Okay.
so you can SB&B.
Right, and
Step back,
SBN.
step back and breathe, right?
Step back and breathe.
Step back and breathe.
I appreciate that you're giving folks leverage,
Yeah,
right? Because sometimes you just need a little something to get you through,
absolutely.
see above the horizon just a
Hmm.
little bit,
Hmm.
just so you can breathe
Yeah.
and then start planning, start having a vision, start reaching out to people who have resources.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, we're here at the Leadership Experience Tour and you're getting ready to hit the stage.
Absolutely.
How do you feel? Tell me how you
Whew,
feel.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Because this is one of the first major opportunities I have to really get this message out for people to
Mhm.
ponder,
Right,
right?
right.
Um, it is not. It is essential,
Hmm.
but it doesn't take up all the air in the room. So,
Right.
one of the quotes I often quote from a gentleman named Jim Rohn, who's no longer
Okay.
with us, right?
Yeah.
He says, things that are easy to do are also easy not to do.
Jim
So,
had a way with words.
yeah, yeah. And so some of this, and what I'm going to work on in our speech today, on this Saturday, is some of the mindset training in the see it phase. We're going to talk
Okay.
about developing a personal creed,
Oh, I like that.
right?
Right.
And the power of the creed,
Hmm.
how it feeds into your personal vision,
Hmm.
right? Again, some people say I don't have time for that, right?
They're
And
lost.
right, and if you don't know how to get to it,
Hmm.
it's easy to dismiss it. So
Hmm.
we're going to eliminate some of the
Hmm.
shadow and the myth
Hmm.
around this and make it a little bit more doable for people to participate in this level of self-development, this level of
I have
self-identification.
a thing that I say to myself: if you're ready to receive it, you will make the time.
Mm,
You will make the time for the things that you know you need to up level, not
that's
just
important.
you, but your community and those who are
Yeah.
around you in building that legacy.
Yes.
So, with your speech, you're going to give the audience a lot of little things for them to help start getting them to do their
There you go.
creed, right?
That's
We're
it.
not giving away the secret on the
Oh, no, no, no,
stage.
no, no.
However, for the folks who are watching this, maybe they're taking some notes. What is a nugget you can give them? What is something you can have them getting started?
Simple, super simple. Your creed
Uh huh.
is your affirmation of who you are.
Oh,
You are so dynamically
okay.
made. Your marvelous mind is such a powerful tool
Mm-hmm.
that it can work against you or work for you.
Okay.
So that in order to make your mind work for you, to program your mind towards the elevation
Mm-hmm.
you want to experience, you have to start identifying not what you can do,
Mm-hmm.
who you are.
Who you are.
Who you are.
Okay. How long is a creed?
Uh,
How does that look?
yeah. A creed can be 2 paragraphs. It could be 4 sentences, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna give you this bit,
Give
right?
me a little bit.
I'm gonna borrow from the experience that I had in being introduced to
Hmm.
the soldier's creed when I was in the military. It
Okay.
was the number one way that we began to do mindset training and programming young recruits and
Okay.
transforming them from recruits into soldiers. I'm gonna give you the first, first few lines of the creed,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
I'm an American soldier.
Okay.
I'm a warrior and a member of the team.
Mhm.
I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values.
Mm.
I will never quit. I will never be defeated. I will never leave a fallen comrade. I am, right? It's not about what you do, it's
Wow.
who you are.
Okay.
And we'll talk about how the mind started to be transformed in these young recruits
Mhm.
and
Goosebumps.
how they
Mm.
used it to do what felt like superhuman feats for
Mhm.
them. The
Mhm.
first real conquering of life for these
Mhm.
young recruits.
Mhm.
They did it through knowing themselves on an other than conscious area. They
Mhm.
began to consciously program themselves until it
Mhm.
got into their emotional mind
Mhm.
where your programs run.
Wow.
And this is where it goes beyond just faking it or forcing yourself.
Mhm.
It is part of who you are. It's your
Right.
identity.
I love that. I got goosebumps just hearing it because I don't think we've really talked about that from a civilian standpoint,
hmm
what the mindset has to be
hmm
when you're
hmm
in the military, whether you're domestic or foreign.
hmm
There has to be
Yes,
something that keeps you going,
absolutely.
and also making sure that you're also keeping yourself safe, right?
Yes,
But
yes,
I'm going to ask you.
yes, ma'am.
You have the nugget that you just gave everyone. We're excited that you're hitting Sean Fair's Leadership Experience Tour stage, and we're looking forward to the message. But how can someone who's watching this connect with you, maybe ask a few questions, maybe even bring you in for their team? How can
Yes.
people connect with you?
Well, you can always find me through my social media channels. Instagram, I am Coach Ebron, Ebron. And I am John Ebron on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Or you can go directly to my website, Ebron Coaching, again, EBRON coaching.org.
Absolutely. This conversation does not end here. The conversation starts here.
Yeah.
And as entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, coaches, authors, even coaches need coaches,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Even
Yes.
coaches need coaches.
So true. Yeah.
And John, we appreciate the little bit of knowledge you've just dropped on us here. And I hope if you've grabbed something from his nugget, maybe there's something he said, maybe you just want to say thank you for the service and dedication of well over 20 years to our country. We just want you to reach out to John Ebron. So thank you again. And entrepreneurs, I want to say thank you. I am Philomena Moncoeur with the Simply Success Group. Take your passion and make it a profit.
Success sounds different when you walk in purpose. Confidence shining and the vision getting clearer. If you're ready for the next level, come ride with us. Simply Success with Philomena. Success, success, success. Simply Success.